Well, I will not tell you what is the best kite because the best kite is the one you have. So there are many best kites. So I just will introduce the one I am using. That's the bag for traveling. It has been traveling in the States already a few years ago. It has been traveling in Japan last summer and some years ago as well. And in that bag there are only 2 kites. That one, I will not deploy it here. This is a 3-meter span kite. It's a kind of vasage. The one you know which kite is the vasage, but I tried once to make a vasage, and because I read in a book that the vasage has a good pulling and was good for kite aerial photography. But when I made one, I have the same problem as any vasage, that sometimes it just goes on the side and fell, which is not good for us. So I changed the vasage and made trials, and then it got to this one now that we call the WACO, which is an abbreviation from vasage, wa, and co from Becot. Okay, so this is what my friends named it. So I will display it on the outside afterwards, and you can see what it is. The good thing is it's not a big one for traveling. It's a 3-meter. It has a good, you got it with a good pulling. I never got any problem with these kites now for many years. I mean, it never went down. And I can tell you it has been sometimes working in the hard conditions. We have made in my local club, we have made a dozen of these ones with experimented kiters and with non-experimented kiters. One was a young guy of 12 years old who had never built a kite before, who has asked his mommy to make some sewing and so on, and he sewed himself. But all kites with normal bridle, that we give the dimensions in centimeters, they all were flying well. So it's quite a very large, I will say, scale for winds as well. It's for me the one which start to, I will say, not exactly lightweight, but light winds, and you can get some more pulling. I will say the top of a force 4 winds, which is not bad as a wind range. So I will display it. The last advantage is when you are working alone, you just put it on the ground, and you will see that outside, and it stays here on the ground, ready to go. It's not exactly a flight kite, it's just curved. This is why it stays on the ground. So I will show you later on. Brooks have seen that a few years ago, and it was interesting, I know. The second one is, I call the Crico. It's a complex kite. I mean, it's only, I would say it's only for experimented kiters. It gives you a very high efficiency. I would say that with some wind, it gives you more pull than any other kite, I would guess, except some stratoscope. The pull is really very good because of its efficiency. And this one is a small one, which is used for force 3 or force 4 winds. I will use it just after this one cannot fly because there is too much wind. But I get already with this one, which is less than 2 meters. It's, well, it's a small one. I got more than 10 kilo pull, which is more than 20 pounds pull on this kite. And I have made different versions, and one is a large one, which is a 3.6 meter that you will convert in feet is something as maybe 12 feet.
26 meter?
3.6. Something as, how much is this one, Peter?
12 feet. It's 12 feet.
Something like that. And it's really flying with very light winds. And when I mean very light winds is you still can pull a camera with light winds. And
Over 2? 2?
well, no, I don't speak with Beaufort in these low winds. I have never seen a kite flying less than 2 meters wind. I would say that kites start at 2.5 meter wind, to be correct.
We'll
So
have that on our conversion tables.
it's international, you know, meter per second. So, well, it can compete really with deltas. And I many times compete with deltas, like Craigs and so on, in light wind. Yeah, you know that. So it's because it's efficiency. When the wind starts to be, I would say, meter per second, which is not much. It's really a force 3, low scale of the force 3. Then it starts to pull too much. You get more than 15 kilos, 30 pounds pull on that, and it's too much for this kite because it's very light. The weight of this kite, 3.5 meters, is about 2 pounds.
2.5 meters is 5.6 miles an hour.
Okay. But thank you for the good figure, yeah. So the reason why it's working well in light wind is really the efficiency. And it's very stable depending on what you do, but even in strong wind, this one is stable. So why I've been designing this kite is because I wanted to have a really good pull in the circumstances when you need that, and stability. But I said that kite is only for experienced kiters because the pull can be very strong at once, and you should know exactly when you must stop. The good thing also is that when the wind is going down, it starts to balance itself like that. It doesn't go down. This one, for example, as on Rokaku, the wind is going down, and then you see your kite suddenly is going down, and you don't know why, just suddenly gone. This one, it goes like that, which is very interesting when you have light wind, because you understand that the wind is going down, and it may go down later on. And the last thing is what I like in any kite is when the wind is going down, your kite doesn't go flat or went down like this. I like when the kite is keeping back and just going back reverse to you. So your line is always in tension. And with this kite, I can tell you, even with a 40-degree angle, it's still pulling, which means when you see it going back, you just rewind it and just got back off. That's the most, I think, important things I wanted to say about kites. And I made experiments on kite pulling with regard to the wind speed. And, well, I am now working on some apparatus to measure the wind speed on a real time from the kite and from the ground. I have one radio, and I got some problems in my area because of interferences. But once that will be done, I will have better curves. I have tried many kites already, and at least half a dozen of that, different size, different pulling, different wind conditions. I am near the sea, so I can have a good condition of wind. And there are interesting things. What I may tell you is if you double the wind, the speed of the wind, it doesn't double the, or it doesn't, no, I will not say it doesn't make it by the square of the wind speed that we heard everywhere. It's true on a flat surface, on a building, for example, or things like that. It's not true on a kite because the kite adjusts itself. And hopefully for us, it doesn't work that way. So when I will have more accurate curves, I will tell you. Last thing?
Last thing, yes, sir.
Yes. That hook, I will promote because it's really nice things to have. Sorry? Well, somebody has a kite line, so we can show you how it works. Yeah? Okay. So you have to put that on something, as a tree or a pole or anything. And the way I will go that way. But then the way to do it, you just make it like that. There is no knot. Now you can do. Yeah. The trick is, I will take it back. The trick is That's the way you do it. There are two small parallel parts here. So you put the kite line, put again, in the center here, and you just go like that. So even you have a strong pull, you can still do it and do it out. When you start to pull, the two here just been touched together, and just avoid the line to slip away. No knots, nothing. And this one you can put any place.
I
So,
have one comment about that.
yes.
In sailing, you don't ever take the winds on the end of the line that the pressure is on. You place that and then take the winds on the part so that you can release it if you have to. I've used this device, winding it the other way, and it works fine.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing. It doesn't get quite the same squeezing together pressure, but let me show you what I mean. So instead of winding this part, remember the kite's pulling on it, you're going to have great difficulty doing that. All right, if you just lay it in place and then wind this part, like so, and it's pulling hard, you can still release it because you can control this loose line. You know, the pressure is on the side that you're not trying to unwind. Follow that? If you think of this as a cleat, it's much simpler to imagine it. I mean, just see it as a cleat. You're not going to hold this for just a second, would you? You're not going to try to wind this on the cleat successfully, whereas you can wind this on the cleat. Okay? But this device works. I mean, Kristen is absolutely right. It's a foolproof device otherwise.
Yeah.
I would just differ with which direction you wind it.
Yeah, it does not matter. But anyway, if you start to not be able to pick it back here on that hook, you may be in trouble with our cat as well. Okay, that's it. Yeah.